Good morning, everyone. I'm AJ Dasani from Ace Accountants and Merkler Sharp Accountants with your regular budget update. I was asked to re-record this because I think the voice quality the first time round was pretty poor, so we'll give this another go. This is obviously referring to the new Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng's budget announcement on Friday, the 23rd of September. So I will just go through the main points of that again. And like I said before, I tend to only focus on the bits that I feel are important for our clients, mainly SMEs, many property owners, and just a few bits and bobs around the edges. So it will not cover the whole thing. It's only going to cover the bits that I feel are pertinent to our clients. So the main points that I think that have come up, I think the sort of headline rate really is that this 45% rate of income tax on it that we used to have on, or that we currently have on income over £150,000 will be scrapped from April 2023. So the top rate of income tax will now just be 40%. The main rate of income tax that we pay at 20%, that will be reduced to 19% again from April 2023. And the health and social care levy that Rishi Sunak announced last September and that came into force in April this year, where national insurance of all types, as well as dividends, had an extra tax of 1.25%. That's been cancelled also from November 2023, so very soon. And also there was meant to be an increase in corporation tax from 19 to 25% from next April. That's also now been scrapped. Also very significant for a lot of sort of ex-contractors, the IR35 rule changes that came in over the last couple of years, where the assessment was more on the landlord, on the contractor, sorry, rather than the subcontractor. That's been sort of reverted back to what it was. So the assessment is now on the individual almost, rather than the company, which I think will lead to, again, to where we were the sort of status quo before for a number of years, where there were a lot of contractors using limited companies, particularly in IT, in music, etc. So I think that's very, very good news. It's probably the only bit of good news, really, or one of the few bits of good news. A few smaller bits, the annual investment allowance where you invest in capital items, that was increased temporarily to £1 million a year. That's now fixed at £1 million a year. That's mainly for limited companies. And there's something called SEIS, Seed Enterprise Investment Scheme. The annual limit to invest in that has gone up to £250,000. That's a fairly risky investment, so you will want to seek some specialist advice for that. The headline announcement was that there will be investment zones. So there's 40 planned areas where there will be concessions, such as stamp duty on business buildings will be abolished. There will be easier planning. There'll be lower employment taxes, and probably things like NI and lower business rates. But there's no detail on that really beyond that at the moment. Another thing that's obviously been in the media so far a lot is that stamp duty moving forwards. The threshold where you don't pay will be increased from 125,000 to 250,000, and for first-time buyers, that threshold is now up from 300k to 425k. And the maximum value for that first-time buyer relief is now up to 625,000 from £500,000 originally. And obviously, we already know now that there will be the fixing of household bills at that average of £2,500 for 2 years, and something now similarly for businesses, but for a 6-month period initially. And I think that's good. That's going to be reviewed in about 3 months' time, depending on, I guess, how the market looks. Both of those are automatic, so there's nothing really to do for you there to avail that. So that's just another sort of hopefully a re-record of that summary. If there is anything you're not sure about, as I always say, feel free to email us, put a comment below the video. And if you feel there's anything else you'd like me to speak about in future, feel free to let me know. That's AJ Dasani from Ace Accountants and Merkler Sharp Accountants on the 28th of September. Have a lovely day. Do take care. Do stay safe. Bye-bye.